Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Sierra and I post videos on this channel every single Friday. I have all sorts of lifestyle content on here, so shop around. I'm sure you'll find something you will enjoy, so you might as well click subscribe and join my growing YouTube family. Happy New Year, everyone. It is January 1st, the day I post this. It's either January 1st or 2nd. We'll see if I'm lazy and don't get this out until the 2nd, but it is officially the 1st and I could not be more happy. I was so glad to see 2020 go and 21 come in. Good riddance to last year is all I can say. I think the majority of the population can agree that it was not the best year, but I am very eager for this coming year, for everything that will happen, the many changes that are going to take place in my life, in the people's lives around me, all those things. So I am hoping and praying for great things this year, but this video is me kind of telling you some of my New Year's resolutions. I know that's what people call them. I've made up resolutions in the past, like, you know, I've created some and I've tried my best to stick with them. This past year I created some, but they were very hard to accomplish due to many of the situations. One of them was to get a job and I was unable to do that. I actually lost my job that I had at the beginning of 2020 because of COVID-19, and then I was never able to get a new one because I moved and so I couldn't resume my old one. But anyway, enough of that. So we'll see if I'm able to complete some of my resolutions this year. I don't know, maybe this will be like an accountability thing, so like later on in the year I can do an update of how my 2021 goals are going, but I'm just going to make this very casual. Hopefully it's not too long of a video to tell you some of my hopes and goals, and then y'all can keep up with me. My first big goal slash resolution is to start reading the Bible in depth. And I know that I am not going to be able to read the whole Bible in a year. I don't want to pressure myself to do that. I know it works for some people and they're able to take it in and retain all of the things they're learning and that they're reading in the Bible, but my brain doesn't work like that. So my goal is to just start reading it chronologically. I do have a plan. My dad is a pastor. So he wrote out a plan for me of the best way to read it chronologically and how to fit in some of the prophetic books. So I will be doing that, probably only focusing on one book at a time, and I will be using the commentary program. It's an online commentary program. I believe it's called Enduring Word. It's very helpful and it takes you through verse by verse, helps you understand the context and the content and asks you questions. And so I will be doing that as my devotional study each day, along with, I like to read a little devotional in the morning, and then when my brain is more awake in the afternoon, I will be carving out at least an hour per day to chronologically study the Bible. And I am looking forward to that because I've literally been trying to find the motive to do it for a long time now. Basically all of last year I told myself I needed to start reading the Bible that way because I just have such a rich desire to learn more about it and study it in that way. So I'm just doing it. I'm going to start today, the 1st, and start with Genesis 1 and 2, maybe 1 through 3, as much as I am able to accomplish today. So you'll probably be hearing more about that, seeing as my second resolution for the year is to do more vlogs because I just love them and I love filming them. I love chatty vlogs. I love more time-lapse vlogs. They are so fun to watch and for me to make. It's just, I feel that they do not do well because nobody really cares about my life. And to me, they often feel very self-centered, like look at me and look at what I'm doing, very ego-centered. I feel like sometimes they can be done in a way that people are trying to show off their life, and I do not gravitate towards those types of influencers. I definitely gravitate towards influencers who like to show what works for them, but also understand that that doesn't have to work for everybody. And that is the kind of influencer I would like to be. I would like to start being this year and in the future. I love doing these sit down videos. I love doing hauls, all of those things. Read with me, those are like my favorite. But I also love just a very relaxed vlog, you know, come along with my day, see the random things I get up to instead of it being so planned out. So I'd like to build into one a week, but I think I'm going to start with twice a month doing those, and that is where I will be giving updates on my spiritual journey of reading the Bible. We'll get into this in a moment, but I'm also going to be going on a nutrition/health journey this year, so that is where I can update there. I really want to start doing that. Even if they are going to flop, it just also pushes more content out of this channel and can possibly attract more subscribers. So that does seem a little self-centered, but it is another resolution, and if you don't like what I have to say in those videos, then just don't watch them. That's all I have to say on that. My third big goal/resolution is, as I hinted at a second ago, being more health-oriented person. That didn't make any sense. But being more health conscious about the choices I make regarding my body and the way I exercise it, the way I feed it, the way I treat it, all of those things. I want to be happy in my body, and I don't always talk about this online. I don't think I've ever talked about it online, is that it's very hard. It has been very hard for me to be happy in my body since I stopped swim team. I was a swimmer for years, like probably 5 or 6 years, and then I stopped when I was 14 for multiple different reasons. That could be a completely other video. And since then it's been really hard for me to stay at the weight I want and to work out enough to the point where I feel happy about myself. And this year I just want to kick all of those insecurities in the butt and in the process eat better, work out the right amount, you know, all of those things that people resolve to do every single year. And I am just going to be taking it literally week by week, day by day, because the thought of trying to make a plan for 365 days terrifies me. Anything else, it does not terrify me to make a plan for that long, but with this, it does. So I will literally just be going day by day and updating you in the vlogs if I feel like it. You know, some days I don't feel like talking about my body or how I feel about myself, but then other days like today, I'm like, sure, let's just share with the internet how I feel. So those are my 3 like really big resolutions. Another thing that it's gonna sound so silly and almost a little stupid at first, but I want this year, when I read books, I don't want it to feel like a chore, if that makes sense, because I got back into reading this year. I had not read, or not this year, last year, 2020, I had not read for the longest time, and then I found some authors that I really loved, and I just started reading all sorts of things, and it got to the point where I was literally scheduling my books, scheduling how many chapters a day I needed to read, scheduling what books I had when. Like I tried to be so on top of it, and when I fell behind, I would beat myself up over it, which reading is supposed to be a good hobby and habit to nurture your mind and inspire you, and I don't want it to be a chore. I don't want to put it on my to-do list. So if I only read a chapter of a book a day, I need to be fine with that. And that is probably going to make no sense to non-readers out there, but to people who do try and read a bunch of books and like reading, I hope you'll understand that. So just not making reading a chore, but an enjoyable habit is another resolution for this year. So if that means I only read like 2 books a month, then I need to be okay with that. Another minor goal is to finish my junior year of high school with all A's. That's literally always a goal of mine, is to finish every semester with A's, and that has been proving very hard for me. I'm taking Algebra 2 this year, which is literally killing me. I work hours in that class every day, and I'm struggling very hard with it, so my goal is to finish with at least an A- in that class. So that's minor. I literally make that goal every year at the beginning of every semester. I think those are all of the big goals. Well, the only other one would probably be I'd like to finish writing my book this year, which I don't know if that will happen because I don't always have time to write. I can't schedule myself to write because, you know, sometimes inspiration sticks or sometimes inspiration strikes and sometimes you just don't have it and you're just not feeling up to it. But I would love to finish this book this year, or at least branch out and write some other things, because I've been writing the same series, the same story, or like branches of that story for almost 2 years. And I just need to take a break and write something else. So maybe my goal isn't necessarily to finish this book, it's to just get to a pausing point and allow myself to write other things and be okay with that. A lot of these goals are just me being okay with me. Me being okay with my body, being okay with how little or how much I read, being okay with how little or how much I write. So I guess it just looks like I want to feel better about my internal and physical self this year. Which isn't that everybody, like basically all of resolutions boil down to that, I feel like. But those are my resolutions, my really big ones, you know. Some of them are just stupid. Like every day I would like to make sure my room is clean because I exist better in a clean environment, but that's not really worth mentioning along with many other things. So thank you so much for watching. If my resolutions inspired you to create some, that's great. I hope you will follow along with my vlogs and I'll keep you updated on my resolutions. I don't know how great that will go, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in 2021. My opinion / motto that I'd like to really adopt this year is that it can only get better if I help make it better. So there you go. I'll leave you with that little tidbit of my wisdom. It might be the only wisdom you get out of me this month, but you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to thumbs up. It really helps my the YouTube algorithm, not just mine. But don't forget to do that, to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week for whatever video that is. Until then, bye!